decided to push the boundary away. So God gave, every family has laws. There are boundaries. You have no right to touch my wife, true or false. Do you have any right to touch my husband? You have no right to touch my children and abuse them. So God put a fence around them, but they chose to push the fence away. You see what we are doing in the country? You see what we are doing even in the church? Even in the church, people are deciding to remove the fence consciously. Tell someone, don't remove the fence of your marriage. Keep the fence of your marriage. So they were giving what? Paradise. So also God has given us a fence. You are in a family as a father. Look at the woman also. You see, when God asked him, he said, "Is the woman?" So both of them agreed to take away the fence. You know, so the woman ate the thing first and gave it to the man after he had eaten. So the fence of security that God has around your marriage, you must dare to protect it now. Don't throw it to anybody. Don't throw it anywhere. So that's the first F. They were given paradise. Then the second one is this: never throw your freedom away for that which expires. That's the first F. God gave them freedom. In your marriage, you have every freedom. He said they were told that you can move from north to south, east and west of the garden. But there's only one thing: that small fruit there, don't eat it. They have absolute freedom. But look at us. We are abusing the freedom. That is why the second reason is that which we cannot see is not transcendent. So that which you see is temporary. Some of the things are temporary for us. Some of us, we have exchanged our freedom for slavery. You see what happened to them? They exchanged the freedom for slavery. Adam and Eve. As a father in the family, do you still have your freedom intact? As the mother in the family, as the Eve in the family, do you have the freedom intact? They have thrown their freedom to the dogs. Look at the freedom they have there. But they chose to be in slavery. Why were they doing that? They were declaring what? Independence or self-rule minus God. The marriage which we have, the family which we have, is not coming from human beings. It's coming from God. And so let us keep it. I pray that you keep the freedom that God has given in your marriage. Amen. And so, in addition to that freedom, is the authority given to them also. Is the grace given to them. But they chose to what? Abuse the authority. Abuse the freedom. And that abuse of freedom and authority led to what? Isolation. And so they now, as if they were in quarantine, they isolate. Hey, I am Heidi. I have heard of your voice. So when you hear your wife's voice and you are doing the things that you are not supposed to do, what do you do? Hey, you'll be right. I've heard of your voice. When you are doing the things your husband said, this one, then you'll be running away. I've heard of your voice, so that the man's running away. So please, the most expensive thing, that which has no price on it, is freedom. That which you cannot put price tag on it is freedom. That which you cannot put price tag on it is peace. So they have, from freedom, they abuse. The peace they were enjoying, they are now in pieces. I pray that in this country, Ghana, as a family, the peace we are enjoying, there's no price tag on it. May we keep it. Amen. As a family of Ghana. So don't abuse your freedom. The freedom as a husband. Hey, as a father, a husband in the family, you have the freedom from the north to the south, east and west of the marriage to operate. But you don't want to operate there. Now, where do you want to operate? So from north to south, say every part of the paradiso I've given you, operate, use it. Then you are going somewhere. Take your time. Let's take our time. So you have been given a paradise as a priest, as a nun, as a bishop. This is the paradise I given to you. It said you must work in that garden, everything, but don't touch this one. That which you are not supposed to touch is there. You have made a vow of obedience, chastity, and what? Poverty. Then you are doing that thing. Then you are exposing your freedom. May God help us to remain in freedom, not in slavery. Amen. The freedom is your marriage. The freedom is your family. Keep it. And God will bless you. Amen. Look at what happened. They were in isolation. And so they have quarantined God. How can you quarantine God? You say, I am hiding from God. Probably God has virus. So if you isolate yourself, you'll be an isolation word forever and ever. But I pray no man, no husband or father or mother in the family may be in isolation word. Amen. May we always enjoy the freedom God has given our families. Amen. And then the third F is finance. Look, the third one is what? Never finance your families minus the currency of obedience to God. Never finance your family minus the currency of obedience to God. The currency which God has given in your family is what? Obedience. That is the day of your wedding. Say, I promise to love you, to cherish you, to carry you, to dandle you, to cook for you in the morning, in the afternoon, evening, in sickness, in health, every moment. But now, you are not obedient to that. Then you want to finance your family. So every family needs what? Money. So if you do contrary to the obedience of God, what happens? You go to isolation. They lost everything. That is why marriages are in trouble today. If you go to the tribunal today, people are sitting here looking at my face. Some are even thinking of divorce. I pray it shall not be your portion. Amen. You shall not finance your family minus what? Obedience to God. So obedience to God leads to what? Greater blessings. Obedience to God leads to what? Greater grace. When Abraham was obedient and he left his home country, look at it, say, through you all generations shall be blessed. But look at this. Adam and Eve lost it. But our Father in faith retained it. May your obedience keep your marriage. Amen. May your obedience protect your family. Amen. And the last one is this. Every family has to do the fourth F, which is what? Fishing or farming. Fishing or farming. So, never go fishing or farming for your family, leaving your integrity in the house. Never go fishing or farming for your family, leaving your integrity behind. Adam did what? Instead of moving and walking with his integrity as a father, he decided to listen to the wife. He has a right to farm, to fish. That means to work, to till the land. As he was working for God in the garden, the paradise God has given him, he chose to leave the integrity behind. And then he did otherwise. He compromised. He engaged in what? Negotiation with someone who is the evil one. So never negotiate your marriage with the master of vices. Satan has no virtue in him. St. Peter, Satan has no virtue in him. And so never negotiate with a person who has no virtue. The person is full of vices. May the Lord sustain our zeal. May he sustain our desire that as we fish and farm for the family and the marriages that God has given us, we must not leave our integrity behind, else we will destroy everything. May God bless us now and forever. Amen.